Good morning, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests of SIPAM, and thank you. Although thank you is something that we're used to say when an event like this finishes, or when an action is performed and the results are already brought in, there is always a way to start to open the floor for discussion by addressing these two simple yet utterly meaningful words that constitute the theme of this year's festival, which are thank you. And to relax the atmosphere a little bit, and of course myself, I will begin by sharing a very, very quick and short anecdote about my great-grandmother that used to salute everyone she was meeting, friends, neighbors, everyone, with this expression, mulțam că ne-am întâlnit, which in translation would be thank you for the encounter. So thank you, each and every one of you, for the encounter, because this is a space of encounters. Art and theater in general is a space of encounters, a mirror, as it has been philosophically and historically referred as, but also a window through which one can recognize and acknowledge alterity, through which one can recognize and acknowledge otherness. And there is a very plastic and metaphorical way in one of humanity's sacred texts of describing love as knowing the other and letting oneself be known. And from my point of view, this is theater, and this is also the meaning of this kind of space, because one can really open and reveal themselves, their work, their person, their inner self, in a place of love. And while we're spiritually trying to build this place of love, mentally and intellectually, we can also be in a place of complex dynamics that ask for questions, that ask for exchange of ideas, and even maybe for disagreements. Because when disagreement comes in a discussion, in a dialogue, then it can lead to a dialogue and to solving this disagreement. Otherwise, when we don't exchange and don't recognize difference of ideas or perspectives, this disagreement becomes embodiment and can lead to violence. In this context, we have to think of this space of theater in general not as a vacuum, not as an echo chamber, but as a place where dialogue is possible and encouraged. And this can only start by saying thank you. So thank you again for the encounter. And before I address my heartfelt and very personal thank you to each and every one of the incredible individuals with whom I have the honor to share the stage, I want to very, very quickly address a question that all of us have to think of until the end of the session. Whom we would be thankful and what for? And before the session ends, I think that we might open the floor for each and every one of you to respond to this question. So I want to thank from the bottom of my heart to the heart of this festival, of this market, to the engine of the market, to Professor Constantin Chiriac, who is the mentor for each and every one of us, and whom we not only thank for making this encounter possible, but for everything he brings to the cultural world, for his ability to build bridges, for his ability to create dialogue and to shape contexts and places where people and meaning and art and culture and dialogue can flourish. I have to say that I understood something so important from him yesterday, and I have to disclose this. In a meeting, Mr. Chiriac has said something that was stuck into my brain and which I find very, very meaningful. He said that all his time is dedicated to creativity. And this is something that couldn't better describe Professor Chiriac, whose leadership is not just structural, but is deeply, deeply artistic, visionary, and humane. Before I give the chance to my colleague to introduce all of the incredible and distinguished guests that we have today, I would also like to warmly thank President Liviu Jicman, President of the Romanian Cultural Institute, and President of the European Union National Institutes for Culture. The long-standing partnership with SIPAM and with the festival, it's a proof, it's a testament for the role that cultural diplomacy plays in today's world, because when politics falter, culture often continues the dialogue. It's also an honor to welcome Hege Knarvik Sande, CEO of Performing Arts Hub Norway, who will be presenting the Norway Now event, and whom we thank for her commitment to this international exchange and for her trust in this platform as a space where artists and institutions can truly meet. We are also joined today by Harold David, who represents the Avignon Festival, and whom we thank for being here because his presence reinforces the vital importance of global international dialogue in the performing arts. With great intention, I want to lastly thank two incredible friends of the festival. Octavian Saiu, an amazing scholar and theater critic who brings spectatorship closer to the theatrical world. Yes, whose critical thinking and writing and books come from something very important, questioning the nature of performance itself, questioning the nature of spectatorship. Octavian helped us understand that spectatorship is also an art, one that demands attention, care, and thought. And finally, the voice of SIPAM, whom I invite to take over, Cosmin Chivu, please, which we thank for everything that he has done in spirit, in mind, with his voice and incredible talent for this performing arts market. Thank you.
Thank you, Juana. Thanks, everyone. Without further ado, please allow me to introduce the visionary of the festival and every single area of the festival that has been grown over the years, Mr. Constantin Chiriac, the president of the Sibiu International Theatre Festival and Sibiu International Performing Arts Market. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We are not so horrible as you heard. We are normal people. I'm leading this festival from 32 years and this culture market from 29 years. And the reason to do this in quite a small city, 100,040 inhabitants, and having daily 100,000 spectators alive and millions on digital means, I think, the greatest achievement. And changing the community through a culture solution, I think it's a good goal that was achieved. I got in my career the possibility to see Europe in the position of being president of the jury for the culture capital of Europe and meeting the teams of the cities with the mayor in front all the time my first question for them was, what is your budget for culture? And usually the response was zero something. There was also one, two, really extraordinary. You know what is the budget of Sibiu for culture? 14%. I'm not joking. It's 14% from the entire budget. But this was done working very hard. We did the culture capital of Europe, and after the culture capital of Europe was celebrating what means the dialogue all around of Europe, we fight the next edition of the festival to be even bigger than in the period of the culture capital in 2007. And I convinced the city that we need a culture agenda to be developed by competition. And this was the way to build the new audience, that it is crucial in all the community. From the beginning, we worked to have this market together with the festival, together with the university, doing in the middle of the festival a festival of universities, giving a chance to the young generation to be involved directly with responsibility in what means a festival, a link with the people that are developed already, being masters. And also we gave a very good chance for what means research. It is really something unique. And all the shows that we are presenting, and it's 57% in outdoor places, are without money. And the tickets for all the shows indoor are from around €4 till maximum €30. All the time we fight to have the resources to bring what are the best in the world. Everything is presented by competition. And I think this is a really good way of doing something to have a continuity. We are proud to have so distinguished guests here, but we are proud to have all of you here thinking for the project, going for the opportunities born with the provocation of the life. And I think if we are looking what's happened in the world, with all the markets in troubles, I think the most important is in this market trying to have the most important value that are the human beings. Thank you for being here. Welcome for the 29th edition of the Culture Market. Enjoy this period discovering new partners and definitely try to see what means the specificity of a community. From a community all the time are coming the solutions. And these are joining the region, these are joining the country, and definitely Europe and so on. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you. Two simple words that we often exchange, yet they carry the weight of gold. In Romanian, we made it easier because it's only one word. We say mulțumesc. And it's time to talk about Romania because our next speaker leads the Romanian Culture Institute in Bucharest. Please give a warm round of applause to Mr. Liviu Jicman.
Thank you and good morning. I will start by answering the question. I want to thank you, Constantin, Chiriac, FITS and SIPAM for bringing us together each year, for what wonderful events and what wonderful program you host here in Sibiu. And I want to thank you all for being here. But to answer this particular question in this morning, I want to thank especially to the Romanian artists, creator, and theater creators for offering us, for the Romanian Cultural Institute, for Romania especially, the chance to be known worldwide through your creations. And secondly, but not less important, to all the partners that we have in the world, to all the partners that you have in the world, because from our point of view, from our vision, it's essentially that not only we have the chance to showcase the Romanian theater with great tradition and a great present and great future, but also to be in the agenda of local partners, to build partnerships. And SIPAM and this program is a wonderful, wonderful occasion to offer a meeting point, to offer a space for partnerships, for meetings, for future projects. And I want to say thank you for this to all the FITS team and to Constantin Chiriac for this long program in which we are partners. The Romanian Cultural Institute support this program and it's not the only initiative that we have in this project. Actually, our financial program is based on partnerships. So the essential element is to have partnerships. And once again, because I don't want to be have a very long speech, I am glad that I have this invitation for the next session. Once again, I say thank you for this opportunity that I think it's very important for cooperating, not only for the Romanian theater, but for the international cooperation in the theater space. Thank you.
Now it's time to thank to those who came from afar, who actually are navigating or navigated the airline food, Google Translate, and the traffic on Valea Oltului. One of our special guests today is Hege, Knarvik, Sande, the Director of Performing Arts Hub, Norway. Thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you so much for inviting us. And I really find the topic or the theme of this festival very as an inspiration. Yes, thank you. So I'm here on the behalf of Performing Arts Hub Norway, PAN, and we are a national competence center dedicated to promote Norwegian performing arts nationally and internationally. And we're really honored to be here in Sibiu for the first time. And we're very grateful for the opportunity to present our initiative Norway Now as a part of this year's program. And Norway Now, it's a platform for sharing artistic voices from Norway with international colleagues and to offer insight in how Norwegian performing arts field is built, supported and connected, both locally and globally. And we are joined by a Norwegian delegation as part of Norway Now, and I will tell you more about that later. But first, I really want to say that we are very grateful that the festival has chosen to highlight Norway in this year's program, with Susie Wang with Burnt Toast, Jo Strømgren Company with Cello, and a student performance by Johanna Øynor from the Oslo National Academy of the Arts. We will also be, they will also will be hosting a reading session of Fredrik Bartbeck's play Break of Day, and he's an international recognized voice in the contemporary Norwegian playwrights. And of course, we are really special proud to see that Jon Fosse's Winter are presented here. And Jon Fosse is one of Norway's most significant writers, and he has recently been awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature. So thank you so much for making room for Norwegian performing arts, for the attention and the platform and the wider conversation. Additionally to the official program, we will also be present around the market, and tomorrow we will warmly invite you to our talk, Norway Now, a deep dive into the performing arts scene and structures in Norway. And here you will have the opportunity to meet and engage in conversation with key voices from the Norwegian performing arts field, including our National Theatre, Black Box Theatre, Sami National Theatre, Baywatch, Nordland Visual Theatre, Fjala Theatre Festival, the International Fosse Festival and at the Norske Theatre, Arts and Culture Norway, and artists from Jostrømgren Company, Susi Wang, and Nye Theatre. And these are also represented that are invited into other conversation during the market. So once again, thank you so much to the Sibiu International Theatre Festival and the Sibiu Performing Arts Market for welcoming us and the kind invitation. And we really look forward to connect with all of you that are here today, and we want to build relationships for the future. Thank you.
Thank you. As I mentioned earlier, we say in Romanian mulțumesc, but we also say merci. And our next speaker probably understands what I mean by that, because we have Harold David from Avignon Art Festival, the co-president, here with us on stage. Welcome, welcome, Harold.
Thank you, Yasmin. Thank you, Constantin. Thank you, Vicencio, for this invitation. It's my second time here in Sibiu, and I'm really honored to be with you. Even, I should say that I should not be there, because the Festival of Avignon is in 2 weeks, and all my team said, well, you can't go. You have to stay with us. You cannot go in Sibiu at this moment. But I said, no, I have to go. And I have to go not only because I have a lot of friends here now, but because in these troubled days that we are all living in Europe and in the world, it's really important that some festival like this one continue to survive and to fight, to prove to the world that there is not only one way to talk to each other, which is war. We have to be constantly sure that culture and intercultural dialogue is our weapon to resist to a world that we do not want. And that's really the main reason why I came here to participate to this kind of events, which is one of my way to be part of a world that I want, and I know that it can be built here in Sibiu with all of you, because partnerships, dialogues is probably the best answer that we can give to the world in this moment. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now it's time to introduce a great friend, Octavian Saiu, who's professor of theater and comparative literature, the president of the International Association of Theater Leaders, and cultural and academic consultant for FITS, and many other hats that Octavian has been wearing over the years and continues to do so. Octavian, you have the stage. Thank you.
Mulțumesc. Thank you. Thank you, Cosmin, and thank you, Anna, for the wonderfully flattering and humbling introductions, but for everything you're doing here. I want to thank you. I want to thank the entire team. Vicencio Raho is there and is one of the key people in this festival, as most of you know already. And that's the spirit that I want us to celebrate here. And allow me, because I have half an hour for... Well, technically I do, because it's supposed to last for 1 hour. So please bear with me while I suggest what I think is quite imperative, which is a sense of terminological semantic hygiene. I don't really honestly like the term market. And that is because it suggests something very transactional, and that is dangerous. So I like to propose the other definition of the term, which involves something else, which you embody here, quite literally so, in an ontological sense. And I was touched by this idea that I never thought of before, the idea that Cosmin mentioned, that in some words, you say thank you, terima kasih in Malay, teşekkür ederim in Turkish. And in Romanian, you just need one word. But sometimes the way words are contracted, are put together, is an expression of something that is deeper than they may initially suggest. And if you try to find out, etymologically speaking, and in a very, very deep, almost pedantic sense, what market means, you realize that it is a place for people to come together. Together, in English, can mean two separate things, together, to assemble somewhere, but it also means together. And that spirit of togetherness is essential. So I'd like to ask everybody here to actually ponder the concept of togetherness and think of it as the most appropriate way to really, really understand the definition of the word market in this context. And you see, the language that we use is so important. The language that we express and the language that we communicate to others is something that really captures the essence of our own beings. And this day and age, it's more important than ever to realize that. Because if you really pay attention to what is happening around us, we're witnessing one of the most spectacular mutations, not to say just simply a transformation, in the history of humankind, with the advent of artificial intelligence. And all these platforms that people use sometimes blindly, effortlessly, call themselves large language models. And I can't think of a more misplaced kind of term than this one. Because we really are the only beings in this universe that are capable of language. But what exactly is language? And some of you are already thinking that whales have this very sophisticated, complex, and really efficient system of communication. And so do many other species. But the crucial difference is that all of them, without a single exception, use language to address an external reality. Whereas for us humans, language is first and foremost an internal process of which we only externalize about 5%. As I speak to you now, there are so many things going on in my mind. And all I can do is put together some words and think about it. Think about how inefficient actually human language is for communication. I have a web of thoughts. It is a web. And they all happen through these very complex neural networks that we have inside our brains, each of us. And I have so many of them. But I am actually forced to express words one after the other. I cannot say two words at the same time. And I cannot say 2.5 words. I have to use these words in a serial manner. Now that gives you an idea about language as being something else than what we actually tend to assume that it is. And for that reason, I would encourage you to really reconsider the meaning of the word market from that perspective. Because Orwell, whose predictions seem to be today even truer than ever before, once said, "It is not just thought that corrupts language, but it is also language that corrupts thought." And that's something that I would like everybody here to try and think about throughout these days. We're not here in a market because we want to sell and buy things. Theater is not for sale. Artists are not commodities. We are here because we want to be together. And sometimes we communicate better through our silences than through our words. How many seconds was I silent for? I'm sure some people would say 3, some people would say 5, some people would say 10. I counted, and there were precisely 5 seconds. But our perception of time is so inherently subjective that we do not realize that it is actually a reality. And I really want to propose a very, very simple exercise just to prove that not only time is subjective, but also space. If I were to ask everybody in this room, do you know the difference between the vertical and the horizontal? You'd all laugh at me and say, this is a very silly question to pose, because you all assume that you do. But I want to prove something to you today, and I hope you remember this moment, each of you, wherever you're from. And what I want to prove is that actually all of you, without exception, have an almost entirely incorrect understanding of what the vertical and the horizontal really mean. Not altogether wrong, but almost entirely wrong. I don't usually use props. I don't, because I think they capture all the attention, and I want you to focus on me. I'm very humble, you see. But anyway, I will use just this pen. And I want to ask everybody here to look at it, okay? Now, if I want to put this pen in a vertical position, I have to hold it like this, right? If I want to put it in a horizontal position, I have to put it like this. Now, just focus, because it's so simple and yet so easy to ignore. If I move this pen slightly to the left or right, around its axis, it stops being vertical. It is only vertical in one single position. All right? Just this position makes it vertical. Now, if I want to put it in a horizontal position, I have 360-degree options, okay? 360 degrees of horizontality for one vertical position. If I move this more than 1 degree, it's no longer vertical. But horizontal, it can be in so many. If I take this, I hope I may, phone, I'm going to surprise you even more, because for surfaces, it's exactly the opposite. If I want to keep this phone in a vertical position, I can rotate it 360 degrees, and it will continue to be vertical. But if I want to put it in a horizontal position, I have to put it like this. Now, I hope this proves to you, irrefutably, that many of our convictions are wrong, and that we tend to trust our beliefs, our systems of thought, so much that we forget that they're all relative. So, what I hope we have the willingness and the inner freedom to discover and rediscover is the endless possibilities of human dialogue, because that can change the way we think. And because we talk about objects, if I ask Hege to give me her phone and I give her my phone in exchange, you know what's going to happen? She will have a phone and I will have a phone. But if I say, Hege, let's exchange an idea, you know what's going to happen? I will have 2 ideas and she will have 2 ideas. I want to leave you with this message. We are here together in a world that tends to divide and separate us. And there are so many of our colleagues in different parts of the world who are not fortunate enough to have this blessing. Let's celebrate this by means of paying tribute to all those who cannot be here. I don't want to ask you to stand up. I just want to ask you to be completely honest. And that requires silence, because to express something through words means fundamentally, inescapably, to lie. So I want all of us to just be silent for a few seconds and think of all those wonderful artists, scholars, academics, producers, and so on, who are in parts of the world where they are almost fearful to leave their homes. I have friends who cannot be here because they cannot leave their country. And I want us to be grateful to whoever made it possible for us to be together and think of those who cannot be with us. So I want to suggest a few seconds of silence through which all of us to connect or reconnect, as the case might be, with those whom we care about, who are in a situation of terrible predicament. After silence, there is only one word that I can think of that would be suitable, and that is mulțumesc, or maybe a few words. So thank you, merci beaucoup, thank you, and enjoy this wonderful, exciting opportunity of being together in the world capital of theatre, Sibiu. Thank you so much.
I must confess, this year we didn't have the budget for an orchestra, the kind of orchestra that plays during the Oscars, you know. But we do have a video of people who could not be here, people, extraordinary professionals who were with us in the past or will be here later in this week or will be here in the future. So I'm going to ask our colleagues from the technical department to show us the video.
It's a pleasure for me to address you today on the occasion of the 32nd edition of the Sibiu International Theatre Festival. At the outset, I would like to express my profound gratitude to Her Excellency, Ms. Simona Mirela Popescu, Ambassador of Romania to UNESCO, as well as Mr. Constantin, Chiriac, President of the festival, for their warm welcome and their enduring commitment to support the arts. Featuring theater, film, opera and concert, this festival celebrates the richness of artistic expression in all its diversity. This year's chosen theme, Thank You, is particularly telling. As simple as it sounds, thank you evokes the invisible bonds that unite us, reminding us that theater is a universal language of generosity, memory, and transmission. I'm confident that this festival will inspire new ideas and forge new partnerships.
My dear Sibiu family, greetings from Ireland. I am so sorry I cannot be with you all this year. On behalf of the Association of Performing Arts Professionals and our members across the United States and North America, I wish you the very best for a wonderful gathering of artistic excellence and community resilience. Congratulations, Constantin, and all of the talented and purposeful individuals who believe in the vision of the Sibiu International Theatre Festival. What you do is better than magic. It is the lifeblood of artistic development and industry, as well as the life seed of communities the world over. Colleagues and friends, let us hold our heads high and go forth with renewed purpose and gusto. The world needs you. It needs us, now more than ever. With love, forever yours, Lisa Richards-Toney, President and CEO of the Association of Performing Arts Professionals.
Hello, my name is David Bale, and I'm the CEO of the International Society for the Performing Arts. It's a real pleasure to be here virtually today to say welcome to all the delegates and attendees at SIPAM. I think I first attended SIPAM and visited Sibiu back in probably about 2017. And over the course of the past almost 10 years, I've had remarkable experience every time I've been there. And I must admit, I've got quite a bit of FOMO not being with you here in 2025. The Sibiu Festival is really a special opportunity to engage in a region of the world and a region of Romania that many of us may not as be familiar with. But it's always struck me that Constantin and his team have done such an amazing job bringing together some of the world's greatest artists, developing work locally, and bringing in just a community of people from the region and around the world. I really hope you have a wonderful, wonderful experience this time around. I know you will, and I hope to be joining you next year. Enjoy, everyone.
Hello, colleagues and friends. I'm happy to join you on Wednesday in Sibiu. It's a thrill for me to accept Constantin Chiriac's invitation to participate in the arts market, and happy to be able to welcome all of you to what is, I consider, one of the most important artistic endeavors in the world of festivals for the performing arts. So thank you for joining us. I look forward to meeting you, and thank you again for participating. Enjoy your week.
Hi, I'm Stephanie French, and I can't wait to meet all of you at SIPAM 2025. I ran one of the biggest corporate philanthropy programs in the world. I gave away many millions of dollars to hundreds of presenters and arts organizations who I worked with, not only with the funding, but ideas about marketing, strategies, branding, positioning. I am very committed to this area where the new artists are bringing us new ideas.
Welcome to all the participants in the 32nd Sibiu International Theatre Festival. The art of theater is the art of human relationships. The relationships between actors, the relationship between actors and audiences. Now, in a time of division, the importance of international theater increases as we connect and make human relationships for all people together. I'll be talking more about this on a panel on Tuesday, June 24th, and I'll be presenting a Gertrude Stein circus play with superstar Kathleen Turner as Gertrude Stein and live Romanian horses on Thursday, June 26th, and Friday, June 27th. Everyone invited.
Thank you so much. Now we have a few more minutes. I would love to to meet all of you. If possible, please say your name and your organization. We have literally 7 minutes left. Just name an organization. There will be many, many opportunities to discuss, to meet, to present your work within the next 4 days. I'm cutting my speech short. I give the stage to you. So I'm going to have our lovely volunteers go really quick. Again, name and organization. Thank you. Please.
Hello, I'm Adi. I'm representing Vertigo Dance Company from Israel.
Thank you.
Well, hi, everybody. I'm Aurora Limburg, and I represented Artomatico, a very nice group we're going to pitch this afternoon. And also Marco Vargas and Chloe Brulé is an outdoor flamenco performing dance companies. It's going to be tonight at 8:45. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Gian Ros. I'm an actor here in the Theater Radostanca. I'm from Ecuador, and nice to see you all.
Hi, Neus Melik, coming from Barcelona, representing Catalan Arts, the Catalan Institute for Cultural Companies.
Yes, yes.
Hello, I'm Frank Henschke from the Martin E. Siegel Theater Center at the Graduate Center CUNY in New York City, and we are creating a new festival called Down to Earth, and we hope Sibiu and all of you will support us. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Anne Driftmeyer. I am representing Fever, a global ticketing and marketing platform.
Hello, good morning. I'm Mazen El Gharabawi from Egypt. I'm the founder and the chairman of Sharm El Sheikh International Theatre Festival for Youth. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Elena Sianko, Executive and Artistic Director of PS21 Center for Contemporary Performance, of which I was an inaugural director for 6 years. And this year we are launching separately on the basis of CUNY, City University of New York, a Down to Earth Festival. It's the first internationally focused multidisciplinary festival of artistic creation in public spaces in New York City.
Thank you.
Hello, good morning. Dorian Branea, Director, Romanian Cultural Institute, New York.
Hello, my name is Sorin Dorobanțu. We are Theater on Wheels. We made a giant marionette, and we are from Arad, Romania. Thank you.
Hello, I am Ingrid Bonza, and I represent Theater Coquette in Bucharest.
Hello everyone, my name is Mimi from Solo International Performing Arts, Indonesia.
Hello everyone, I'm Irawati, a director of Solo International Performing Art on Indonesia. Solo is not one, but Solo is my city, Solo City. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Tila Rudel, and I'm representing
the French Institute in Romania, in Timișoara.
Hello, I'm Ioana Alexandru. I also represent the French Institute in Romania in Bucharest.
Hi, my name is Gilles Doré, Executive Director of CINARS, based in Montreal, Canada.
Bonjour, my name is Maxime Robin. I work for Carrefour de Théâtre à Québec, which is a performing arts festival.
Hello, my name is Rodrigo Calderon. I'm the co-artistic director, producer, and performer of the Five Angry Men Theatre Company, street theatre company based in Australia.
Hi, I'm Midori from Tokyo. I'm from Nihon University, but also organizer for industry and academic collaboration project in Japan.
Konnichiwa. My name is Megumi from Okinawa, Japan. I am a representative of UQ Art Embassy.
Hi everyone, I'm Linda. I'm from Hong Kong, from a place called Dai Gun, which is a historical building of 180 years old. I'm the head of performing arts, running the venue throughout the year, a performing arts program. And we started in 2018, a contemporary circus season in Christmas for 2 weeks. Thank you.
Morning, is Jaime Trancoso from Seville, Spain, from the Flamenco Agency, bringing Manuel Liñán Flamenco Company this next weekend. Thank you.
Good morning, Anthony Sargent from the UK, and I'm honoured this afternoon at 1:30 to be presenting the SIPAM pitch session.
Good morning, Alexandru Ghina, Romanian Cultural Institute.
Hello, thank you that you are here. I am Mishu, a part of the soul of the festival from the first edition, together with my family, my entire family, even with my husband and my daughter. Welcome.
Hello, I'm Claudius Bench, booking agent from Aurora Nova Berlin, representing Gravity and Other Myths, 10,000 Hours here, a circus company from Australia.
Hi, I'm Sonia Shebeck. I'm representing the Freestyle Orchestra, a group of classical musicians and acrobats, and we are pitching this afternoon.
Good morning, I'm Erika Bellucci. I'm Secretary of the International Show Parade.
Ciao everyone, I'm Francesca Trifelli, owner of International Show Parade, and we are part of the outdoor section of FITS.
Hi, I'm Vesna from Timișoara. I will be pitching today The Tragedy of Man by Sibiu Purcărete from the Hungarian Theatre.
Hi, I'm Diana Sârbu from German State Theatre, Timișoara, Romania.
Hi, Corina Constantinescu, Excelsior Theatre, Bucharest.
Good morning, I'm Chris Henderson. I'm the founding chief executive of Chicago Shakespeare Theatre and an independent producer and consultant.
Hello everyone, I'm Richard Jordan, artistic producer with my own company based in London, producing a lot of new writing in the UK and around the world. I'm also patron of the Brighton Fringe, which is the third largest fringe in the world, and a columnist for the stage newspaper.
Hello, my name is Chun Zhang. I'm representing my own dance company, Ibu, based in Germany.
Hello, my name is Aurélie Martin. I'm a freelance producer and representing Cocoon Dance Company, and thanks to Creative Transfer grant.
Hello, good morning. I'm Nina from the experimental performance group Artis Mobilis from Germany.
Hello, I'm Birk Schmidhusen, same company, Artis Mobilis, also Germany. I'm media artist and co-founder, and we do immersive, interactive experiences with a lot of new media.
Hi, my name is Philipp Decker. I'm artistic production manager freelance in Berlin and here on behalf of Clara Theaterproduktion from Switzerland.
Hello, I'm the second guy from Clara Theaterproduktion from Basel. I'm the artistic director. We are touring with 2 productions that we co-produced with Bolivian actors, and right now we are researching for a co-production in Syria. Christoph Frick is my name, thanks.
Hi, I'm Siri Løkholm Ramberg, dramaturg at the Norwegian Theatre and curator of the International Fosse Festival.
Hi, I'm Stuart. I'm based in Dubai and I'm a clown pimp.
Hi, I'm Jørgen Knudsen, Artistic Director of Black Box Theatre in Oslo.
Hi, I'm Hedda Abelsnes, Arts Culture Norway.
Hi, I'm Frida Katrin and I'm representing an artist-run gallery in Reykjavik, Iceland called Kanski.
Hi, I'm João Pessegueiro from Portugal, representing Fala that focuses on creating performances and poetry slams from all the Portuguese-speaking countries.
Hi, I'm Nare. I'm representing a project called Carpet. It's an Armenian memory project, and I'm from Armenia.
Hi, I'm Robert Schwarz, former editor-chief in Deutsche Welle, Romania, and now president of the Deutsch-Rumänische Gesellschaft Berlin. Mulțumesc.
Hi, I'm Anca Berloja. I'm a theatre director and now working for the Romanian broadcaster at the Department of Film and Theatre.
Hello, I'm Elena Leskova. I live in Hamburg, Germany. I'm independent producer and cultural manager. Here I represent independent choreographer from Germany, Alina Bilagina, and I'm searching for potential collaboration for future touring and cultural exchange, and also I'm part of the group which supported by German creative transfer organizations, which is amazing opportunity for travel and for searching for collaboration, supporting from German side.
Hi, I'm James Kingsford-Smith. I represent the first multi-billion-dollar international arts funding body. No, just kidding. I'm an artist. I have a company in Berlin called A Movement of Humans. We're very funny.
Hello, my name is Katrin Lichy. I'm an independent producer and I represent A Movement of Humans.
Hello, I'm Rixa Rotonara. I'm also from Berlin. I represent Rotnar Production, which is a visual and performing arts company that does site-specific performance and theater productions. And I'm also from the group of Kreativ Transfer.
Hi, I'm Emilia Ilieva, and together with Petko Koichev, we represent Raciu Stoyanov Drama Theatre in Gabrovo, Bulgaria, and the city of Gabrovo will be a candidate for European Capital of Culture in 2032. So good to meet you all.
Hi, konnichiwa. This is Futoshi Miyai, a production manager from the Performing Arts Program of Japan Society in New York City, which is a culture and an artistic hub in New York City for the North America. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ayaka Kato from National Theatre of Japan. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Luba, representing Pan Performing Arts Hub Norway, working together with Hege, who was on the stage.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Chaltoshvili George from Georgia, and I'm director and rector at the same time of university, Theater and Film University in Tbilisi. I'm here with my colleagues, Maka Vasodze and Anna Litsuridze, and I'm very glad to be here.
Hello everyone, my name is Armando Rotondi. I am a member of the board of the ISTAP, the European Association for the Study of Theatre and Performance, and the European Journal of Performance. And I'm here representing also the Institute of Art Barcelona, Spain, clearly, Barcelona.
Hello everyone, my name is Jong-ah Lee from Korea, South Korea. And I'm a project manager of PAM's Performing Art Market in Seoul. Nice to meet you.
Hello, I'm Hyunji Choi, also from CAM's Korea Art Management Service, and I'm from South Korea. Nice to meet you.
Hello, I'm Erwin Shimshenzon. I'm the manager of Constanța State Theatre in the southeast of Romania on the coast of the Black Sea, and president of SEAS, Stagiunea Estivală a Artelor Spectacolului. In English, that would be PASS, Performing Arts Summer Season, the longest summer festival in Romania. It's a 9-week summer festival. I look forward to talking and meeting each one of you, discussing possibilities of partnerships and opportunities to invite you to our summer festival in Constanța. Thank you.
My name is Traian Toduț. I'm from Cluj-Napoca. I'm a spectator here, and I also work with a group of artists, and we are trying to transform an industrial disaffected space in Cluj and make a art center there. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. My name's Teresa Brayshaw from the UK. I'm a higher education consultant, and I'm here this year with students from the University of Salford and Manchester Metropolitan University. I also run the cultural conversations here for the festival. Thank you.
Hello, I am Ioana Angel, the director of Romanian Culture Institute in Budapest.
Hello, my name is Darius Prodan. I'm the president and founder of Pro Theatre Association based in Zalău, Romania. And together with my colleagues, we are representing actually the longest summer festival in Romania because we have 9 weeks and 1 weekend. Thank you.
Now it's time to introduce yourself, if you didn't do so. Everyone went? Please stand if you didn't. Please.
Okay, I just came in, so I'm very unprepared. I'm Per Ananias. I'm the artistic director of the Sami National Theatre, indigenous theatre in very, very far north Norway, in a little town or village called Kautokeino. So, yeah, that's me.
Hello, my name is Torkil Sandsund. I'm one of 2 artistic leaders of a theatre festival in west coast of Norway, a small village, theatre festival in Fjalar.
We're good? Thank you so much. Let's give a round of applause for this extraordinary family. We're humbled and happy to have you. Now, I would like to have your attention for 1 more minute because there are a few updates or upgrades, as they would say in the airline industry, for the schedule that begins. Yes, absolutely. Cultural diplomacy in action. Government institutions leading global engagement is starting in a couple of minutes, like literally a couple of minutes. We're already running about 9 minutes behind. And later this afternoon, after lunch on us, we will have our SIPAM pitch session led by the one and only Anthony Sargent, which is a great opportunity for you to hear and meet great artists. Tomorrow, on day 2, we're going to start with European festivals in dialogue, Edinburgh, Avignon, Sibiu. We will have a number of guests representing these festivals and beyond. And later in the day, we will be joined by several international festivals to continue the conversation. About 15 representatives will be here on stage. And in the afternoon tomorrow, we have Norway Now. You already heard about this, so I'm going to move on to day 3, which begins with speed networking. It's a very important morning because it's your opportunity to speak to the people that you're interested in and to learn new things. In the afternoon, we have the American season, begins with Brooklyn Academy of Music, a one-on-one conversation. First and last time that happens between Joe Melillo, who is the former head of BAM, and Amy Casello, who is the current head of BAM. 2 artistic directors, past, current, and future visions of BAM. It's your opportunity to meet these extraordinary producers and creators and to ask the right questions. Later in the conversation, they will be joined by an extraordinary team of artists. We don't have time to say all their amazing names, but you'll have, there is full information on the website. And on day 4 in the morning, we will have an event. We're introducing a performative cinema, the intersection between stage and screen. My special guest will be Cristian Mungiu. Cristian Mungiu, film director, will be here on stage, and he will be joined by a few other guests. So please join every session. We're going to have amazing guests. Well, I don't think I'm done with that day, but we're going to have a dialogue after that, dialogue and future perspectives of SIPAM, and then we will be joining SIPAM Terme, transforming industrial space into cultural centers and institutions at the German Forum, as we have last year. Anyway, I think now it's time to be joined by our distinguished guests. Our tech department needs literally 2 minutes to switch a couple of things, including our Zoom sessions. Please come back if you step out. We will begin in about 2 to 3 minutes. Thank you.